All right, everyone, what is going on? Welcome to another edition of the Corvo Riot Show, the first edition of the newly relaunched Corvo Riot Show. I'm sitting down today with my friend Major Macintosh. We're going to talk about music, professional wrestling, his charity work, and a lot about cannabis. We cover mental health in this. This was a conversation that went all over the place, but in such a good way. I had a blast sitting down and talking with Major. Always have a blast hanging out and talking with Major. So yeah, I've relaunched the show. This is episode 1. Got a couple more in the can. Still recording very regularly. So every Wednesday we'll have an interview on here. It'll usually be somebody from the world of professional wrestling, whatnot. However, I do intend on expanding the show a little bit. I'm aiming for Fridays to be more of a kind of just anything conversation, but I don't have that totally worked out. However, you can come back on Monday, and on Monday I will be sitting down with my friend Gabriel Hodder, 1/3 of the trio Primal Fear, professional wrestler, and we're discussing the Friday the 13th franchise for what will be known as Horror Movie Monday. So be sure to come back Monday and check that out. But without any further ado, let's not waste any more time. Let's just jump right into it. My conversation with Major Macintosh.
God damn. Yeah, that's what I want. We can start this interview whenever you're ready. Oh, fuck, I just felt like I just turned into fucking Superman from Clark Kent that fast. Shit.
And with that, welcome to another edition of the Corvo Riot Show. I am joined today by my good friend, my old pal, Major Macintosh.
What's going on? What's going on, Rob?
Well, you seem to be doing pretty good.
I'm doing all right, man. Life has blessed me.
You have got a shit ton going on, as you've told me earlier. Let's get into the first part. When's the wrestling comeback?
It's actually supposed to be next month.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be doing just a little comeback. I'm going to come back to the Monster Factory for like a show or two. But the comeback is really because I was like talking to like a couple of my friends in the business, and like I just shot like a high idea out one fucking day, and I was just like, yo, if I like started a fucking wrestling promotion, that shit would be funny. And shit with me, the things with me, like usually it always starts off as a high idea, and then it just
yeah,
and then it just fucking flourishes for some fucking reason. It happened damn near with almost everything in my life. But like it started off as like a joke, and then it was like, yo, we could fuck around and do this, dude. Like I could do like a wrestling show at dispensaries, and like, which hasn't been done before, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, why not just like mix weed with fucking wrestling and like actually put the culture together. So I had like a whole bunch of like new ideas, and the new shit that people gonna see in this wrestling company is gonna be like, it's really gonna be eye-opening to like the rest of the wrestling world, because I'm going to try to like bring a new element to it, like not just like the whole marijuana thing. But there's a couple other elements that I don't want to say on camera quite yet, because I don't want to give out no secrets. But there's a couple other elements that once people see it, I already know the top companies is going to wind up jocking it and adopting it. And it'll probably be like regular shit for the wrestling culture. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking about ways where the average pro wrestler can make some good money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you a good example, man. Almost every other pro athlete, even if you're just like, in a small circuit, you still making some type of good money, man. Like even when you know what I mean, when I had my little taste of pro basketball, like people who are at semi-pro basketball players get paid money. You know what I'm saying? I know some semi-pro basketball players that get paid $54,000 a year.
Right, that's,
you know what I'm saying? Just to play basketball.
Livable money.
Very livable money. You know what I'm saying? Just to like play the sport that they love. So I'm like, wrestling is really like the only place where like a majority of the motherfuckers who are professionals are broke. That makes no fucking sense to me. Yeah, and I'm not talking about just like, like, okay, well, I'm down to my last like $5,000 in my bank. I'm not talking about like that. I'm talking about like motherfuckers is living day to day.
Right. Yeah.
And that's a problem, man. And the fact that the wrestling world ain't been unionized yet is another big problem. So you know what I mean? We're gonna try to like work towards like, you know, getting people like better paydays. I'm tired of people going to these fucking these wrestling companies. You sitting there all day from like 1 until 10:30, 11 o'clock just to wait for $20 and sometimes nothing. Like that shit is corny, man. Like people got you wasting people time, you wasting people effort, you wasting a whole bunch of shit. And what they'll try to do is the lazy-minded motherfucker be like, oh, but you're trying to sell yourself. No, bitch, you the promoter. Like, what kind of shit is like, I couldn't imagine like Vince saying, hey, well, just like, motherfucker, you the one with the money? Right. Like, what are you doing at the end of the fucking day? So, like, I'm just trying to bring like a new element to like wrestling, man. And like, and one thing that I wanted to like bring to this new little thing was like the fact that, and this is just in the world of just business, you don't have to shake everybody's fucking hand, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people are meant to have their hand unshaken. And and me and you know, a couple motherfuckers in the back, and I ain't gonna, you know, not now, but you know, back in the day during like, you know what I mean, when I was wrestling, there was a couple motherfuckers back then that what we know about them now, I would never want to shake their motherfucking hand.
Absolutely.
You dig what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I've always thought of it like this, because, and even Kevin Nash said this on his podcast recently I listened to. It's always, the handshake thing's always been like a hierarchy thing. It's never
legit, man.
And my biggest thing is there's some guys, it's like you demand respect, but it's like, wait a minute, like, why should I respect you for what you've done in a fake sport if you're a shit person in real life?
So the only thing that I found funny about wrestling is the only business that I've ever been a part of where it says you owe the business. How is that possible? Right. Somebody fucking explain that to me. How in this, I'm talking in America, in this fucking crazy ass capitalistic fucking place, do we owe any fucking business anything? They don't owe you shit.
Right.
The business actually owes the people who run it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd be dead.
There wouldn't be anything. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like that makes no fucking sense to me. So like a lot of like logic, like with, especially like with a lot of like pro wrestling logic is a little bit out there for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not seeing eye to eye with it, and a lot of it, dude, seems a little militant when it don't even need to be. You know what I'm saying? Like it really don't even need to be like that. Because my thing is even with, let's just say if you put all the rules how they're supposed to be, then why the fuck did motherfuckers in the 80s and 90s not act like you know what I mean, act like they were supposed to? Like it was a bunch of motherfuckers where I'm not judging people, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody do their fucking thing. There's a bunch of motherfuckers running around on drugs, like fucking each other up and doing dumbass shit. So where do that come into play? You know, like motherfuckers don't even think about shit like that. So like that's why I just like told myself, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put a different like facet into the business. And what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start doing what like these big companies is doing, like actually like investing in the wrestler. You know what I'm saying? Like if you come into my company, like if I see like, damn man, he can't even afford no fucking t-shirts, I'm gonna get the t-shirts for you, bro. Let me get the t-shirts for you so we can start pushing you. That's not you not having merch. And I get it sometimes, man. I've been on both sides of the fence, dog. I've been broke.
Right.
And you can't fucking afford merch. Yo, man, I done been there. I wish a motherfucker would have came up to me like, yo, man, I got like $500 in merch. I'm gonna help you sell it and then give you a cut.
Yeah.
Everybody eat at the end of the fucking day.
It goes back to the days of like you getting paid on ticket sales and whatnot. And even that, you know, obviously there was the carny promoters who, you know, fuck the boys on that. But the end theory was the better the company does as a whole, the better everybody does as a whole. It's at least that's how it was supposed to be.
Listen, man, everybody gonna do well when everybody get treated well.
Right. Absolutely.
That's just a fact, man. Everybody gonna do well when everybody get treated well.
Right. Well,
that's just a fact. Because I know my thing is this: WWE is doing so well because damn near everybody on that roster would jump through a fucking hoop for Vince.
Right. Absolutely.
That's just to keep it a bean. Everybody on that fucking roster would jump through a fucking hoop for Vince right now. It ain't the same way in these other promotions, man. And I'm pretty sure like money has something to do with it, but it also goes back to, of course, we're gonna circulate back to the money theory, is that Vince knows how to sell his product.
From a marketing standpoint, nobody's done wrestling better in the last 40 years.
But that's my thing, and he gonna do it his way. But there's also, this is what I be trying to like tell people. There's different ways to market wrestling that hasn't even been thought about or touched, or people don't even want to touch it. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of ways that wrestlers can make money.
Yeah.
And when I show y'all next month with some of the crazy fucking ways that I came up with that wrestlers can make money, and y'all gonna be like, damn, why the fuck we ain't think of this sooner? Simple shit.
Yeah, and that goes back to even the territory days and when Vince started taking over. Vince started doing things that were out of the norm, and the other promoters didn't or refused to get with the times and move forward.
That's how it's gonna be, man. But that's just business in general. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
I can give a 1,000 examples of motherfuckers who stuck to their own ways, and then when technology or evolution caught up, they couldn't, they couldn't even fucking fathom what was going on.
Right.
Like places like Sears and shit. You know what I'm saying? Remember Sears was like the #1 fucking store at one time.
You can't even find one now. Can't even find one.
That's my point. You can't even fucking find one now, man. #1 fucking store. It was like the Michael Jordan of fucking department stores at one time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you can't even fucking find one now.
Right. Well, look at Blockbuster, who at one point had the opportunity to buy Netflix and get into that
to basically be Netflix.
And they
would have never went out of business.
They didn't see any value in it, and look at now. Look at where's Blockbuster? Or, like one in Oregon or some shit.
They can't even recover from it. What now? You got 2 stores left in the entire world?
I want to say they're down to 1, but I could be wrong on that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that store ain't never going to close just for novelty reasons. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
but just like, you know what I mean? You got to have a record store still. You know what I mean? You got to have an old school game store. Like, you just have to have a Blockbuster. It just has to happen.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not trying to say every city and town deserves one, but there's always going to be at least one around. But it just sucks that conglomerate, and then, places like Hollywood Video and shit like that, those fucking places were amazing at one time.
Yep.
And now you can't even find one.
Yeah.
Because they didn't adapt. Because places like Redbox and and Netflix and all these streaming services took right the fuck over because they appeased to what the American person wants. The American person want to be lazy.
Yep. Convenience sells.
The American person want to be, which is AKA the safe word is comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But the American person wants to be lazy.
Yeah, the less effort they have to put out.
So when you give them laziness like DoorDash, Uber, Facebook, anything where it doesn't require me to move and the least amount of energy possible to get my dopamines popping, they're going to it.
Yep, absolutely, 100%.
They're going to it. Wait, and then like, I'll ship it to you even better. Remember, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, like there was no service to basically deliver beer. And I was like, dude, they're like way behind on this one. They should have been had. And I'm pretty sure somebody was like, come on, like, I'm pretty sure it was like a licenses issue or some shit like that, or a law issue.
Oh yeah, there's probably tons of legal hoops there.
But of course, when they found out where the money was going, and they found out how to get what happened? Now you can get beer from your bed. You ain't even gotta get up and go to the store no more.
Yeah, you could literally order, beer from California that's exclusive to, liquor stores in California and have it shipped to your door.
To your door, man. Everything is by the phone and automatic and right now. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't get with the times and the right now, you're gonna lose. That's just as simple as it is, man. But that's that with the wrestling thing, that's what I got going on there. I'm gonna return for a little bit, do that. But besides wrestling, man, I've been fortunate enough, with my music going on. My music sales have been doing actually pretty fucking good. I was actually pretty shocked for somebody who independent shouldn't be on this verge of selling like this. I actually sold my first 1,000 copies. I was fucking happy. I'm like fucking happy as shit about that, man.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean? Like the music thing's going on, like we got the Caesars Plaza, or I said the Caesars Plaza, the Caesars fucking casino and hotel. We supposed to be performing there on Veterans Day, so we got that going on. And then a couple of my friends are trying to get me into doing the other casinos in the Philadelphia area coming up after that. So hopefully that parlays into itself, and you know what I mean. We can get that shit going too. Also, I dipped my hand further into further into my business with like the rolling paper company that everybody knows about with Major Papers. So like now we got like cones and stuff, and we're actually getting distributed to pre-roll manufacturers. So you know what I mean, they can just go ahead and just use our paper, boom,
right.
do the little pre-roll thing, and then you know what I mean, they'll see us like you'll be seeing us everywhere. New Jersey, Washington State, California.
Yeah, those are the highly expensive New Jersey pre-rolls.
Well, I mean, yeah, you'll see an $18 pre-roll with my face on it. I'm not gonna be the one saying go ahead and buy that one, because as I said before we even turned this motherfucker on, I'm not a fan of no fucking $18 pre-rolls. That's fucking criminal.
It's insanity.
That's a loose.
It's insanity.
That's a fucking loosey. And y'all putting shake in there. Y'all ain't even putting no fucking real buzz. Y'all putting no bullshit in there, and then charging people $18 fucking dollars. Y'all fucking criminals.
Unfortunately, I think for a while, cannabis in Jersey is going to be very corporate, which unfortunately means we're going to pay through the nose.
Well, not technically. Not technically. I keep on telling people the black market isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
The black market is actually going to flourish even more. And that's why I was like trying to even like spit to some of these weed suppliers that are, street pharmacists on the streets, trying to tell them like, dude, I probably wouldn't even worry about dispensaries coming in. They're just going to help your sales. First off, all the people who didn't smoke are going to smoke now.
Right.
Everybody that thought it was like taboo, don't think this shit taboo no fucking more.
Right. Or worrying about having to pass a piss test, right. All that shit.
Hell, cops can smoke in fucking New Jersey.
Yeah.
The shit is so mind-boggling, dog. If I got caught with a joint 8 years ago, I'm going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Now cops can smoke. You see how fucking stupid this shit is?
It's ridiculous. I mean, dude, just 4 years ago or something, I got popped for a vape.
The dumbest shit, dude. I got popped for having 2 ounces on my fucking possession. Now, if I have 2 ounces on me right now, a cop will laugh at me, man.
Yeah.
A cop will laugh at me if I had 2 ounces on me.
Yeah.
Laugh.
Yeah, absolutely.
This used to be a get out the car, sir. You going downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's, hey, what strain is that, buddy? Yeah, I might get that after work.
Hey, you want to roll one up real quick?
Like, what the fuck? It was like, it's crazy, man. And that's what I mean about how the evolution of time and all this shit just different. Am I glad it's to this point? Absolutely, man. People stop fucking bothering you. You know what I mean? For the whole thing, I'd pay the extra just for people not to bother me so I could smoke this shit for the rest of my fucking life.
Just not having that headache is fucking so
nice. That office by itself, because the time and the fucking fines you're going to get from getting caught from the bitch ain't even worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, dude, so, I paid over $1,000 for that fucking vape pen.
Shit, $1,000? Imagine what the fuck you could have did with that now. $1,000.
I'd be really high right now.
And shit, I could have got like a pound or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? High as shit.
Yeah.
But these corporations, man, they're going to take over. But the thing is that they really got to understand, is just like any other industry, there's a black market.
Mm-hmm.
There's a black market. And with this industry, the black market is super strong.
Right. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's super, 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 super strong. Everybody sell weed now. You go down the boardwalk right now, man, every 5 steps a motherfucker trying to come up to you with some dub bags.
Right.
Because what the fuck? Who going to do something to him? What, the cops going to arrest him?
Right.
Hey, what are you doing, buddy? Motherfucker probably got like 5 apes on him. That is laughable.
Yeah, it's not even...
That's laughable.
They can't even touch you for that. Hell, if they smell it in your car now, they can't even,
Get you out the car. Hey, it smell like weed. Okay. I ain't high.
Yeah, unless you appear to be visibly, out of it or something.
Not, and I'm going to show them my motherfucking ID. I'm like, I look like this 24/7.
Absolutely. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. But yeah, but people gonna realize real soon, especially like the people who are like growers and stuff like that. This shit is already monopolized, man. Like,
100%.
and they try to rig it so you only can sell to legal entities. All the legal entities is bought the fuck up, man. Or they already got their people.
Right, and they've limited how many people can get licenses and all that, which is total bullshit.
It's stupid.
You know.
It's stupid.
Yeah, it's absolutely, especially how few licenses they'll give out. It's ridiculous.
It's so stupid. That's why I like it in Oklahoma, man. In Oklahoma, they basically giving all the residents out there cards to fucking grow, to sell, to do everything. Because they see how ridiculous it is at the end of the day. And this is just medical. So imagine when they go recreational and they got these same fucking rules. Everybody gonna be eating over that motherfucker. And it can't be like that over here. That's ridiculous to me. Still, like, to this day, it's still ridiculous, man.
Right.
Like this, like, I knew soon as the second that they was like, all right, we found the glitch, we gonna make a whole bunch of money off this shit. And then just section out all the people who were already experts in it. Because think about it, dog. Most of these motherfuckers that got the license, they don't know how to grow. Because think about it, man. When you start going to the dispensary, didn't the weed just get a little suspect? All of a sudden, it ain't as good as it used to be from the streets.
Well, that's something I've noticed at times, too. Like the vape pens, for example. On the street, you get a vape pen that's 95, 96% THC. Like, I don't have the exact number in front of me.
But I know what you're talking about.
It was like, it's like less than 30%.
And then they putting all this other shit in there.
Right, like, if it's 30% THC in there, what the fuck else is, what's the rest of it?
Point. What's the other 70 fucking percent?
Yeah.
What was it, water?
Right, like, what the fuck?
You cutting our shit, man. They using coke techniques from the 70s to fucking to get us, and then they all overcharge you for it. This is 50. 50? This ain't even a full gram. But man, like I said, man, they gonna try. But the thing is, New Jersey really has to like realize, just open it up to your regular citizens. This whole thing gonna be fine. This whole thing gonna be fucking fun.
Well, and I think
big companies are scared of competition, man. They really is.
Absolutely. And I think the other issue that Jersey specifically had was all of the fucking hoops that certain people on a certain side of the fence created when it came time to start voting to legalize this shit.
It's stupid as shit. And then another thing is, I think if you just only had weed-related crimes, like you only been like caught just selling weed, like you ain't out here being no crazy motherfucker just trying to like shoot people. You ain't got no RICO charges or no crazy shit like that. Like if your charges is just weed, you should just be able to fucking go ahead and fucking own whatever the fuck you want. Because it's just ridiculous, bro.
It's insane.
It's ridiculous.
It's insane. Non-violent weed offenders are not fucking criminals. It's plain and simple.
It's the dumbest, and then they'll profile you so you can't really do nothing with the rest of your fucking life. They'll put it to the point where they put you in jail long enough, you don't even want to go back into the weed business no more. So now you lost your livelihood, and then you try to go out here, go get a job, ain't nobody gonna fucking hire you.
Right.
I'm talking about in the old days. Like now people don't give a fuck. Like jobs will tell you like we ain't even screening for marijuana anymore.
Right. I don't think legally they even can at this point.
This shit should have been done, 22 fucking years ago when Y2J came out for fucking The Rock. That's when that shit should have been the fuck.
If
you know
not
what I mean?
sooner.
Like, that's how overdue this shit is, man.
If not sooner, absolutely.
It's
crazy. The all the bullshit we were sold on, especially like growing up, the DARE program and all that horse shit. All the shit that we were sold growing up about the things weed will do to you, I ain't seen none of it.
Helpful. And here go the most ironic part. You fuck around, catch that damn lion, the one that fucking does the DARE shit. You fuck around, catch him fucking smoking a joint in the fucking back and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what the fuck happened, dog? Oh, it ain't on the DARE list no more. My ass.
Right.
Pass that motherfucker, you fucking.
Yeah, before I fucking skin your fucking ass.
For real, man. God damn. Told us not to fucking smoke when I can see crack and coke and all that shit.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
Like, it was just funny, like, so I like really was just asking them when I was young. So I'm like, so what does weed do? So I see what crack does. I see what heroin does. I see what alcohol does. Every time I see people smoke weed, they just laughing. So I'm like, so what does weed do to you? Nobody can answer the question back.
Well, here's the thing. You could see what meth and heroin and crack does to somebody. You can't see what weed does to somebody.
You can physically
see it. You can't with somebody who smokes weed, because unless they actually came out and told you, sometimes you wouldn't even know they smoked fucking weed.
Man, when I tell you, I got a list of people who I've sworn to secrecy that I'll never tell the world that they smoke fucking weed. It's like, I'm not sure if it's like them coming out gay or some shit. Like, that's what the fuck it feels like. But, like, motherfuckers is like sworn to, like, you better not fucking tell anybody. Dude, the list of names, and I'm talking like, motherfuckers, you know some of these fucking people. You know what I'm saying? And some of them famous. But, you know, like, it just dawned on me, like, everybody just smokes fucking weed, man. Like, your parents smoke weed, your grandparents smoke weed, your teachers, my high school principal.
Yeah. Like, dude, like, standing in line at the dispensary, you see it. You see different people from every different age group, all different ethnicities. You see how many people, like, how wide the scope of cannabis use is.
The mind-blowing part, when I remember, this is maybe like 2-3 years ago, I walked into a medical dispensary in Elkins Park in PA. And I'm in there, you know what I mean? And this, you know, it's this like bald head, older white guy and fucking, you know, right next to me getting served or whatever. And he's like asking about shit. So I remember he like asked about, like, he was like, so what is shatter? And, you know, I just chimed in and was just like, yo, bro, yeah, you need to try that. Like, you know, I broke it down to him, blah, 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 blah. He was like, oh, man, you really knowledgeable about this. I'm about to just try this, young man. So, you know, like, we started asking, you know what I mean? We started asking personal questions. Yeah, you know, he was like, so what do you do for a living? I was, you know, I'm a retired pro wrestler, disabled veteran, shit like that. And I was like, so what do you do? Oh, I'm a judge.
Fuck, man.
Meaning you about to criminally prosecute somebody tomorrow?
I'm pretty sure my weed charge is the reason why I'm being told I'm disqualified for jury duty. Now, not that I'm upset about that, but wait, the judge.
Listen. If that gets me out of jury duty, give me another fucking case, man.
Dude, I was so happy when I filled that shit out and it said one of your answers disqualifies you. Fucking great. Fantastic.
Great. I don't want to fucking charge. First off, I don't want to charge no fucking body. You crazy. I would probably be the only motherfucker to be like, yeah, this shit don't make no sense still. Like, what are you talking about? He clearly had, yeah, they found all the drugs in his house and, nah, mistrial. I don't like this shit. Something don't seem right. Not guilty.
Yeah.
And I don't have to give you a reason why it's not guilty. This is my fucking opinion. Not guilty, bitch.
Yep.
Hung jury. Let the dude go.
Yeah, it's.
I thought he had like 70 pounds of crack.
I didn't see it.
Where is it? Can somebody show me the crack? Because I've been falsely done by police before. I know that some of these fucking things could be manipulated. Show me the crack.
100%. Dude, when I went to court for the fucking weed charge, man, it was insane. Like, how many people were in there? How many people
for weed?
For weed, yeah, like.
Now nobody in the courtroom no more. Nobody. They just got motherfuckers for traffic violations now.
Well, and the whole thing, like, the whole thing about it was made so that you would just either plead guilty, or I got the conditional discharge or whatever the hell they called it, because it was my first
do the
offense.
Fucking program. Yeah, you do the program for you take the little like mouth swab, and then you pay a fine and then not get in trouble for a whole fucking year, and they drop it, which is the dumbest shit. That's a money grab if you ask me.
100%. Dude, on fucking court day, you should see the line at that fucking window for fucking people paying fines. It's
and
insane.
I'm talking minimum. The minimum fine you getting is like $1,000.
Yeah.
And a lot.
Oh, and then don't forget.
60 people in line. You know what I'm saying? So they just racked up.
And by the way,
60,000 a day in fines.
Right, the fine is $1,000. That also don't include the fees and all that bullshit they tack on.
Don't include none of that.
Yeah. I think it
So they
cost
get
me
a
like
minimum of
1,100 at the end of
60,000
the
just
day.
from walking them damn people in, and that shit is that's a catastrophe, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Oh,
fucking
and they
catastrophe.
made it so difficult. Like at first, like I was gonna get a lawyer, and fucking, you know, like because some of the ways the cops handled it
Listen, man,
didn't sit well with me.
I haven't, my last 4 cases, it don't matter if it was a criminal case or something small like a traffic ticket, I fought every single one of them and won.
Yeah. See, my issue was I couldn't get off of my job like that. They were dragging that shit out to make it so you can't, like, I could not afford to lose the time at work and lose the money and shit.
I dig it, yeah. Because that's why some people just wind up just be like, fuck it, man. Just give me the fucking, like, nope, not
Yeah,
me.
because at first I was filling out the paperwork for the public defender and shit, but then I'm realized I'm like, fuck it, like, I have to just fucking get this over with.
You got to keep on going to fucking court. And then it'll be a situation where you just got to, like, show up for, like, 35 seconds, and then, like, we're like, next time it'll be, like, a minute. And be like, yeah, well, then it'd be like, you know, a minute and a half, and be like, oh, well, your trial's in like
we
fucking
have to
2
make
months.
sure the arresting officer is available. Blah, blah, blah.
Most of those motherfuckers ain't even coming. So, and that's why they really don't want you to really appeal it, because they already know most of the time that officer ain't coming. So now that the officer ain't there and it ain't no evidence, it's a wrap.
Right.
Throw it out.
A half competent attorney's going to get it thrown out at that point.
Man, throw that shit out, man. Like, this is bullshit. You know it and I know it.
Absolutely.
But that's the game, man. That's how they got to make their money, and you know what I mean? But it's a bullshit fucking way to make money. But yeah, dude, like, I don't give a fuck anymore. It could be something as small as a jaywalking ticket, dude. I'm fighting.
Right.
In court. Well, if I got to do it myself or with one of these fucking generally appointed attorneys by the VA, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
One way or another, a not guilty verdict or a case dismissed verdict by the
yeah, if you
about to get fucking ran up in this bitch. Especially, like, it's got to be a situation where I'm like, I 100% knew I was fucking wrong.
Right.
Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about this. If the cops give me one fishy way, like, you didn't search my car, you didn't gotten my car wrong, you done pulled me over wrong, any fucking thing, it's over.
Yeah.
And that's what people really got to realize, man. It's something that small can get the fucking whole case thrown out. That small.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't even supposed to pull you over. Oh, he found a dead body in your car. He wasn't supposed to pull you over.
Right. Some of the things people have gotten off of just off of technicality, like, is
technicality
insane.
Is a win, man. People really don't understand that. In the book of wrestling, when it says like a jobber beat somebody by got a W on somebody, but it says by disqualification because the motherfucker hit him with a chair. The motherfucker that hit him with a chair still lost.
Right. You still lose.
You still lost. It don't fucking matter. You lost, dog.
Yep.
If it's going by the winner get more money, that dude that just got hit by that fucking chair walking away with more money than you today.
Bingo. Yeah, it's technicality or fucking not.
Listen, man, Vegas don't give a fuck. Vegas count disqualifications, man. You will get paid.
So let's jump into some of the charity stuff you've been doing.
Yeah, man. So I got a charity called Charities. We got these T-shirts out, and we're aligning ourselves with veteran, a lot of other veteran groups, and we're going to basically like give a whole bunch of money back to the homeless. Because I'm not sure if like a lot of people know, like at one time I was homeless for like a while, man. And it was even like during the time where I was like wrestling full time and people didn't even know, I'd come off just like a supersonic title defense and I got to sleep on the fucking park bench. A lot of people didn't even like know that, man. You know what I'm saying? So like it was a dark time for me, man. I've been homeless and I slept under the 95. You know what I mean? I done been there, done that, dog. I never like was the one to beg for money. I'm gonna sleep outside and keep my fucking dignity, but I ain't gonna be begging for no fucking money or nothing like that. But since I've been there and I know how much it sucks, dude. Like I really want to make sure like a lot of people, like, you know what I mean, when they're going through, because all it is a transition, man. Ain't nobody gonna fucking stay homeless forever. Like while you're going through your transition, you trying to be as comfortable as possible, and we can get you through your transition as fast as possible.
Right.
My main goal, like my overall goal, is to hopefully like, build like one of those little veteran villages whole bunch of like small houses or whatever,
Like
get as
tiny
many veterans off the
homes
streets. Yeah, just something small like that. That don't cost much, man. And a lot of people, what people don't understand is there's a lot of people out here with a lot of money that just want to give the projects like that and just go for it. You just gotta get your ass up and just go find them people.
Yeah.
And luckily I found a good majority of them due to me, networking with people and just, being friends with a couple of people, and, people hearing your story and, just like feeling for it. And you got like other veterans that be like, yo, man, I've been through the same thing. They'll connect you to somebody. You just never know. You know what I'm saying? So like, because of the fact that I've been so blessed, like I always want to like give back. I never forget where I came from, man. Like I'm a kid from North Philly. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even supposed to be where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like to scratch the very bottom of life, like being on the streets, when like it was funny, like the ironic part was like in my wrestling career, that was like one of the highlights of my fucking career was during that fucking time. I was like the best heel in the Monster Factory at the fucking time, unstoppable. And then, you know what I mean, sleeping on the fucking park bench right after the fucking show. You know what I mean? So like that just shows you like how life can like come at you, and how ready you gotta be for it, and how humble you have to be. You know what I'm saying? To not be able to like go back into a situation like that.
Right.
So but yeah, like we're doing the charity thing, and then obviously me, I've been doing this for years, man. Like ever since I've been getting back on my feet, I just randomly go out in the middle of the night, give out blankets and clothes and shit like that. Now I'm a little bit more fortunate, like I carry around a little jar with me like this with some pre-rolls in it. I give it out to the homeless. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, man, a cigarette go a long way when you homeless. So guess how fucking long this motherfucker gonna take you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna forget you homeless for a second, man. I promise you that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Like I think a lot of people forget too. Like one of the key causes in homelessness is mental health.
Big time, and that's I would probably say if it really had to come down to a percentage thing, I would say that's the main percentage is mental health. You know what I'm saying?
It's something we've neglected.
Like, it can correlate with a lot. It could be like, long-term mental health, or something as short-term as, you know what I mean? They've just been, like maybe they, just went through something with their spouse, or maybe they just like lost like their mom or something like that, and just sit them. Like you just never know, man.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what somebody's stories is. It might be a millionaire, a motherfucker who might have been a millionaire at one time on the street. You know what I'm saying?
You see it all the time.
And the only thing that's stopping him from being a millionaire again is him getting his mental together. Right. Because remember, like people like that always gonna have a connection, so they just a phone call away from making money. That's what a lot of people don't realize, man. A lot of people is just a phone call away.
Right, but when you don't have that mental capacity, that motivation to pick up that phone and make that call, people don't understand mental health in the sense of, like, I'll use an example. When I was working in a garage, I got a phone call. Answer the phone, old lady, blah, blah, blah. And she just starts like rambling on about all kinds of shit. She's like, I don't get people with depression. What do you have to be depressed about? Like, you don't get depression at all, because that ain't how it fucking works.
Mm-hmm.
Some people's brains are just wired differently, and their brain's not producing the right chemicals.
Situations are different. People gotta realize people's situations are different.
Absolutely.
When you go home and when I go home, it's two different stories when we go into two different houses. It could be a situation where you could be happy-go-lucky, you getting fed 3 times a day, you got a nice bed. I know friends that they ain't had no bed growing up. You know what I'm saying? They have a room to go to. They ain't had a father to go home to. Like, it's a whole bunch of situations. Some motherfuckers is foster kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or they growing up in a situation where they got everything, but they might be gay. And that might be their, you know what I mean, their barrier between them and their fucking parents. Like, or it might be a situation where they going through something. They might have been raped, and now, you know what I'm saying, they going through some trauma, shit just by that.
Absolutely.
Like, you don't know what's going on behind everybody's fucking closed door. And then, like, and the sad thing is, you got to walk out with a smile on your fucking face at the end of the shit. That's the sad part.
Yeah. Yeah, you're almost expected. It's we've neglected it for so long, mental health, that, like, yeah, you're just expected to, show up and smile.
And that's what people just expect. Like, fuck what you got going on at home. It don't matter. is what, you know what I mean? I feel good, so you gotta feel good. That's not how it works.
No,
Everybody's
not at all.
everybody's story is different every single day, man. I could be having a great day today, you could be having a shitty day today, and vice versa, man. I once know a cat. I'll put it to you like this, man. One of my friends, I ain't gonna say his name out loud, but I had a friend who won $1 million. I remember 2 years ago he was on top of the world, and now he not on top of the world right now, man. He probably ain't feeling like $1 million no more. You dig what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's just, you don't know how people, or what situation, or you just don't know. Everybody's story different. Yep. My story today different from yours.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
We all come from a different place.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely, man. Like I might have a crutch, like a parent or something like that might help me out during a bad time. That might not be, everybody's situation. You know what I'm saying? I might have been fortunate enough to be able to get a income every month from the military for the rest of my life. I know a lot of people that don't get incomes, period. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different things of the spectrum. I know a motherfucker that might have just got robbed last week. I can only imagine what's going through his mind today.
Right. And how the lasting effects of stuff like that. People forget that the things we go through in life are really what mold us for the good and the bad.
With that, man. It's the imprint. It's the imprint of what you're gonna be doing for the rest of your life, man. But that's the day-to-day struggle with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's everybody's battle. It's like, who am I gonna mold myself into now?
Right.
And a lot of people lost, man. They don't even know who the fuck they want to be.
Yeah, and luckily, I think we're getting into a place where we are talking about it more, and the resources are growing, and people are understanding more, but there's still so much fucking work to do there.
There's a ton, man. Like it's because I think because the groundwork of a lot of this shit was off of like bad. You know what I mean? Like bad science and bad pretenses and shit like that. So once the groundwork gets relayed, I believe the shit will just, it'll pick up just like everything else. But then on top of that, just like everything else, there will be some type of retraction, because as you can see, anything that evolves has a period where it goes backwards as well. And we can see the whole thing with the whole abortion issue. You know what I'm saying? I would have never thought, two things I would have never thought would have happened in my lifetime that wound up happening. I never would have thought I would have saw a black president.
Right.
And I wound up seeing one. And I would have never in a million years thought Roe versus, you know what I mean? Like
Roe v.
Wade was going to get fucking overturned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, there's no, bro. Like, like what would have to take place in the world for that to go down?
Yeah, and here we are.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have never thought I would be alive to see some shit like that. But
yeah, as long as you always will have those people that want to
bring that shit the other way, man.
Yeah.
As soon as the progression goes, it's gonna be that one motherfucker to turn. But that's the storyline. It has to be an ebb and flow in the timeline of the world. If everything is just fucking bakes and cookies, the shit's boring, man. There's no war. There's no fight. Everybody kissing and loving each other. Everybody don't want to kiss and love each other, man. Motherfuckers want to fight sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Which is sad to say, but it's the truth.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, look at the internet, man. Like those videos of people fighting in the street. How many views does that shit get?
Millions, dude. Millions.
And there's so much better entertainment and content out there.
Millions. I ain't gonna lie. One of them views might be me. It depends what it is, you know what I mean? I might give it a quick little view.
Even I think we're all guilty.
That's fucked up.
We're all guilty of it, yeah.
Yeah, but shit like that shouldn't even really be on. You know what I'm saying? Like we got pro boxing for all that type of action, and MMA and all that type of shit. But then you want to know what's wild, man? Is that the give and take of that is you might see a situation where, like, I'll give you a good example. Like, we seeing all these people getting killed by the fucking cops, man. It ain't just black people. It's people in general.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just getting killed by the fucking cops. But my thing is, remember how ignorant people was to that fucking fact until people started seeing it? Like, oh, shit, hold on. They yanking motherfuckers out of cars? Like, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Until
like
until
that's
people
what they
start
do.
to see it, they
Like you didn't. Oh, you thought I was lying when I told. Yeah, like that happens.
yeah. Well, it's the simple fact of like if it's not happening to me, it must not exist. That's the thought process people have, and it's like, nah, man, like that shit's out there, whether it's happening to you or not. It's happening to somebody.
It's happening to somebody. And I'll give a common example that even men can relate to. We don't understand that, like, women get hit on all fucking day, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Probably some of the shit that they get said. I done seen some of my home, like, they're not my friends no more, but you know, some people that I used to call friends back in the day when I was younger, say some of the most vulgar shit to some of these women. You know what I'm saying? I probably in my whole life, dog, probably only had about like 3 or 4 encounters with a woman saying some shit where I'm just like, well, Jesus Christ.
Right.
Do you kiss your mother with that mouth? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right,
it only came to that point only probably like a fistful of times in my whole fucking life.
But
a
there's
woman
women
probably
that
gotta go through that 5 times in the next hour, walking down the fucking street to the store. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
like,
insane.
Shit we can't even fathom.
It's insane.
Damn, Shorty, you got a fat ass.
Why?
I couldn't fathom somebody saying that shit to my fucking daughter, man.
Right, like, do you not have a mother? Like, what if somebody said that to your mother? Like,
listen, man, but
that's cool.
that's the karma of it, man. But that's how I know it's true, because I seen some motherfuckers that's close to me doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So ain't nobody gonna be like, yeah, no, nigga, like, no, yeah. Right. That shit be happening, cuz. That shit be happening.
A fucking lot.
It's a lot, man. So that's why I'm just like, yeah, you just gotta understand, like, everybody's situation is for them. That's why when motherfuckers said that they going through shit, I just be like, go ahead, man. I support you. You got it.
Right, absolutely.
Because I don't know. Because the last motherfucking thing I want is a motherfucker to be like, oh, yeah, you been to Iraq, oh, fuck everything you just seen. Well, fuck you, pussy. Like, what the fuck? I'm not even putting it on you to even know, but just fuck you in general.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know how I would fucking feel.
Right. Like, and that's the thing, too. Like, I could tell you how I feel, but you haven't felt the exact, you know what I mean? You may have had similar feelings at a time, but we're never going to have share that exact same situation.
I got a good analogy for this. It's like, it's for example, if you break your arm and you break your leg, it's still a break.
Mm-hmm.
But one of them motherfuckers gonna hurt more than the other.
Bingo.
It's the same fucking thing, man.
Yeah.
You might have broke a finger. I might have broke a fucking tibia. Who knows?
Right. One's gonna hurt more than the other one does. And you can say some
shit like, oh man, like, oh, I recovered from this shit. Motherfucker, break your neck now.
Right. It's shit's gonna hurt.
Break your neck now. Let's see if you fucking Kurt Angle. Break your fucking neck now. Get back up from this shit.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's the analogy, man. Like, that's why I don't compare. I don't like to really compare, like, especially when people, like, you know, going through their shit, or even like if one of my friends come to me with like a situation, I don't even tell them like, yo, man, you should. I don't even tell people like, yo, you should do this. What I started telling people is, oh, just in my opinion. So you don't gotta, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
I think, like, put your fucking self on them. Just, yo, man, just in my opinion, you know, just something that my dumb ass would do. And you spit it from that fucking angle, because it really doesn't put as much emphasis on it as, yo, man, you should.
Right. And that's I think one of the worst things to say to somebody who's going through something, because it's like,
absolutely,
nobody wants to be told what they should do.
Now, is there a time and a place for it? You should? Absolutely.
100%.
Because there's 100%, there is a time and a place.
Absolutely.
Even in a time of despair, that
Absolutely.
a you should be fucking said.
Right.
It's all about
sometimes
the equation of what the fuck's happening.
Sometimes people need that kick in the ass. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But, you see what I'm saying? So it could play either way. It just depends what the formula is on the problem. But most of the time, the formula is, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to just stay the fuck out of it, man.
Right.
I'm going to stay out of it. Now, if it's like my best friend, something the fuck like that, listen, man, I'm going to say what the fuck I want. You my best friend.
Right. Absolutely. But you can't approach every person.
Me and my best friend damn near married, man. That's how fucking long we fucking been best friends, dog. Over 30 years.
Yeah.
feel like I'm married to this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? They've been through all types of shit with this dude. So like a situation like that, again, everybody's situation is different, but just with the general public, an associate, a okay friend, or even a good friend, like I try to stay out of they personal business like that, man. I'll let them like shoot, you know what I mean, whatever they going to. If you want me to say something, you know, I say something. If you like, you asking for advice, boom, then you know I definitely give you advice. But if my advice ain't fucking being asked, man, listen, I'm out of this, man. Let me just finish smoking this joint.
Right. And sometimes I think people don't realize either. Sometimes people just need somebody to vent to. So just being that person that just sits back and listens sometimes does so much more than, well, what if you try this? What if you do this? What if you do this?
Yeah, you know? I got the perfect, why don't you do this? Why don't you just take one of these? You can vent all the way out. Look, it's only two ways you about to get over this shit. You either about to go see a therapist, and obviously you don't want to do that. So you about to just see this therapist, or we about to go smoke this motherfucking Mary Jane and trip the fuck out and get all this shit the fuck out of you. 99 times out of 100, they choosing this route. And that's why my friends love me, man. Because I'm going to pull up. You feeling bad? Oh, watch this. Pull up with an ounce on your ass.
I'm feeling awful right now.
I'm going to see you tomorrow, Rob. Don't worry about it, man. Yeah, man, but I'm just that type of friend, like on the real, man. You can even ask like people like Royal, for example, man. Like Royal, you know, he was going through his life situation. I'm not gonna get into his personal life, but you know, he was going through like a little something, and I was just like, bro, why don't you just like come down and come hang with me for a fucking couple days?
Yep.
He's feeling fucking 100% after that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Sometimes that's all you need, man.
That's all you need sometimes, man. Just chill with your friends, smoke a little fucking weed, see some water, and you good. And you good. That's all you need is just a little distraction to be like, why was that even getting to you?
Right. It helps you put shit into perspective sometimes.
100%. Let's slow everything down with this first, and then let's get logical. Why did that even get to you?
Yep.
It wasn't even supposed to. Yeah. Now we're making sense. But that's basically all I got going on, man. I got the charities thing. I got the music. I got, you know, the return to wrestling, the major papers. And that's pretty much it, man. You know, like everything else is, you know what I mean? Like a thing that might be happening, or that I can't expose, or something like that, or something like, you know what I mean? But like everything else, man, is just in motion, man. I'm just trying to keep this music thing going. That's like the number one thing I'm really trying to do, is just really just put this music out, because I feel like I really have some revolutionary music that people really need to hear. You know what I'm saying? It's not fatty, or it's not like, oh damn, I only can listen to this for this era. Like it's music that you can be like, yeah, I can listen to this 20 years from now and this shit's still fucking good.
Right. It's something that
you know what I'm saying?
Stand the test of time, for sure.
Exactly. And that's usually what I try to like write to, is like what's gonna run the marathon and not the sprint.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of people that'll pump out hits, but like once those hits are done, there ain't nothing left.
It's nothing left, dude. Like I want my great grandchildren like, damn, grandpa made this? Oh shit.
Right, they're playing it at their fucking high school prom and shit.
So man, some shit like that. Like everybody that had at least one throwback joint like played at the prom or something like it just happens. Like if you're popping like that and your music is that fucking good, it's gonna get played.
Well, I mean, I was born in 1990, but like there's shit I'll listen to from the fucking 60s, 70s, 80s, like it just stands that test of time.
I'm a fan of all facets of music, man. Like I love well, my favorite era of music is actually the 80s, to keep it real with you. The 80s to me had I didn't get it until maybe about like 5 years ago. Like I've been listening to 80s music forever, but I didn't really get like they was on acid when they wrote this shit. Like I ain't get like, why is this music so fucking good? Right. No shit, they was on mushrooms and acid and shit. They was high.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only, like, how the fuck do you mix a trumpet with a synthesizer fucking, you know what I'm saying, with a synthesizer keyboard? You gotta be high. That is
even
not
think of
something you
that.
come up with sober.
Right, yeah.
And then for it to be so fucking good that a decade long took the whole fucking thing. A decade, not like, oh, it stopped in like 87. It was still going. Might have stopped
Yep.
in like 91, 92. The shit stretched that long.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
So it was wild, dog. So like you got to come up with shit like that. That's my
Yep.
opinion in music. You got to come up with shit that's like, that's revolutionary to me. Like that type of fucking music. Like you can't fucking, there's no way that type of music gonna be able to get emulated.
No, you can never recreate that.
It feel like you in a computer listening to that fucking music. Seriously.
Yeah, there's no recreating that.
There's nothing, you can't do nothing with that, man. So yeah, so basically, man, that's why I try to make like timeless music, man. So even if I wrote a song 4 years ago, if you listen to it and be like, damn, did you just write this? Still like it, huh? Good song. But that's basically what I'm aiming for, man. It's like that with the music. And hopefully this wrestling thing takes off. You know, like everything with wrestling is a fucking gamble. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully this thing can like take off. What I believe 100% in my mind, because you know, like anything I usually say, I usually do. And the shit usually is successful. So and usually it's only because I'm gambling on myself. And I got like this Jordan complex, like I gotta win. You know what I'm saying? So I'll try outside of the box shit. So hopefully me trying this outside of the box shit with this wrestling thing coming up, you know what I mean? Like not even just like change the game in wrestling for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So everybody can start making some real fucking money and like motherfuckers can stop being a welder during the day and they could just focus on being a fucking pro wrestler, like being your calling, man. You know what I'm saying? Like be who the fuck you was meant to be. Like if you're gonna make 50-something thousand, at least do what the fuck you love doing.
Yeah, who wants to make money doing something they hate? Like everybody would rather be doing something they enjoy for a living.
I would rather everybody that is a pro wrestler to be fucking a full-time employee.
Right.
Or a full-time, you know what I mean, like corporation of themselves. Like, you know what I mean? A full-time business of themselves. Like, I just want people to, like, start taking it like, there's a lot more money in wrestling than you think.
Mm-hmm.
The doors just haven't been open. So hopefully I could be the one to be like, hey, I'm opening this door whether it's good or fucking bad. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
That's all you can do, man. So, you know, with all that going on, man, that basically brings me to the update of what's going on with my life, man. Just like I said, just living peacefully. You know what I'm saying? I take every day, I like wake up and I like look outside the window, man, and I just go like look at the water. Or if I'm like in the Midwest, you know, I'll look out at the trees and the countryside, and you know, I just am so thankful and like humbled to like be, you know what I'm saying, not even just alive, man. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of situations where I wasn't even supposed to be here. You know what I mean? So not even just to be alive, but to be doing well and be able to like help my family and help my friends and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And not just being like this fucking like greedy motherfucking pig just sitting over here, not being able to fucking help people, man. I'm glad I'm in a fucking spot where I can help people. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember I was in a spot where I needed help, man. And I'm glad I'm in a spot where I can like help now, man. Like the people that's close to me and the people that actually matter and shit like that. You know what I mean? Because like that type of karma come back to you, man. You got to be a good person. You have to give. You know what I mean? You have to. It's always better to give than to receive, man. Like the feeling of giving is always better than getting something. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to tell people, it's nothing like it. Like I give you a good example, man. Your mom giving you 10,000 is one thing, but you being able to give your mom 10,000, which means you are well off, is a better feeling than receiving the 10,000 from your mom. You dig what I'm saying? That's why 100%. It's always better to give to receive than to receive. When you're giving, that means you're doing well.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That means you can give something to make somebody, you know what I mean? They feel better or their life to fucking feel better, man. Like I'm glad to be able to have a situation where my mom don't gotta worry about, oh man, my bills, or I gotta worry about losing the house or nothing like that. We ain't gotta worry about that no more, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm glad I was able to like go to college and preach, you know, like the financial literacy into my family. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people really don't get that gift to be able to like, you know what I mean, get those lessons. Like a lot of people, you know what I mean, you still living paycheck to paycheck and stuff like that. I figured out and told my mom, like, you don't have to live like that no more. There's a way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when she started seeing the way, she was like, "Damn, man! Like, I'm glad you did go to the military and go to college because you was able to see shit that I would have never been able to see. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's what it's all about, man. It's just giving back, helping people. You know what I'm saying? Because you just never know, man. Like, it could be that day where you helping a motherfucker, you just think it's something small, and it could have changed his whole fucking life. And then like, 10 years down the road, this dude coming back to you when you on you're on your worst day, and he's like, "Hey, man, yo, I still remember what you did for me," and now you're on your best day again. That's just how the ebb and flow of life work, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, like I said, I'm just glad I'm in a good place, man. Like mentally, physically, you know what I mean? Like spiritually, just everything, man. Like good with my family, I'm good with my friends. I'm good. I'm just great with life right now. I don't have a complaint, man.
Absolutely. So with that said, where can people find you online and find out more about some of these projects?
You can always follow me on Instagram at Major MCC, MAJOR MCC. You can follow me on Facebook under James McClendon. McClendon is spelled MCCLENDON. There's a Twitter account. I think it's like Major Macintosh, but I'm like never on there. I'm about to start getting that a little active. And you can also follow me on YouTube under Major Macintosh. Just look it up. Look up all my music. I'm on all the streaming platforms. You guys want to listen to some tunes? You know what I mean? The shit's gonna be popping, man. Like, go and listen to some good weed music, some good party music. There's a song about sex in there. There's songs about military service. A whole bunch of fucking shit that you can listen to, man. Just get up in there. You know what I mean? Give it a stream or two and show some love, man.
Alrighty. Well, everyone, that was Major Macintosh on the Corvo Riot show one more time. So thanks again for coming on again, man.
For sure, Rob. Thanks for having me, man.
And there you have it, folks. My conversation with Major Macintosh. Again, had a total blast doing this interview. Major's just a cool dude. Just a really good dude. And a great friend, I can't say enough good things about the guy. I really can't. So be sure to check him out all over social media and all that. And be sure to come back here on Monday for the first edition of Horror Movie Mondays. Again, it'll be me and 1/3 of the professional wrestling trio known as Primal Fear, Gabriel Hodder, discussing the Friday the 13th franchise. Based on his name, that should not come as very much of a surprise, but we get into all that next week, next Monday, here on the Corvo Riot Show. Thank you again for listening. Thank you for coming back. It's been a long time coming since I decided to relaunch this shit, so just grateful and happy that you're here checking it out. Again, thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you back here on Monday. You guys can check me out on social media at Corvo Riot 138 on Instagram, at Corvo GNF on Twitter, and I've got more social media stuff I'm working on and other accounts and stuff like that, but I don't have all that finalized right now to give you guys that stuff. So be sure to come back Monday. It is me and Gabe Hodder from Primal Fear, and then be back here next Wednesday. It'll be another great interview here on the Corvo Riot Show. Thank you guys again so much for listening, and I will see you on Monday.